Wednesday, everybody. How are we doing? Erin coming at ya. We have a superb guest today. I am can't believe I got her. She is so awesome. Her name is Lena. She is the founder of Rise Up For You. It is like a business coaching company. And her story is really, really inspiring. So for those of you that feel like you're struggling or going through a tough time, first of all, welcome to my life. This woman is amazing. So I'm really excited to be able to get some time from her. Let's see, we got her. Yes, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Happy Wednesday, guys. How is everybody? How are we doing? Good? Back in town from vacation?
You see me?
Hi!
Yay!
You made it.
I made it. I'm outside today, but I'm so honored to be here.
I'm like next level excited to get some time with you because we have a mutual friend in Brittany who speaks very highly of you. She's so intelligent, and she's like, I love when women can uplift and promote other women and what they do. And so she speaks very highly of you. And so let's just get right into it.
Let's do it.
You're founder of Rise Up For You. You're a confidence builder. You've been through some crazy stuff yourself. But first, let's just talk about you. Like, where did this concept Rise Up For You come from, and what is it exactly? Are you a business coach?
Awesome question. Thank you. So again, super honored to be here. So where did it come from? So I actually started as a performer, Erin. So I used to tour the world internationally. Yeah. As a singer and a dancer, and I did musical theater, and it was awesome, and I loved it. And it's interesting because every time I stepped into a room to audition for a tour or for a part, I was always the best performer. So I always got the center stage spot, but I was never ever the best singer. So there was always 3 or 4 people that can sing me out of the water. Their technique was 1,000 times better than mine. And they used to come up to me and they used to say, oh, I wish I could be where you are. And I wish I could stand there. And I used to say, well, everything you need is already inside of you. The only difference is that when I walked into a room, I owned it. You know, I shook hands with the director. Like, I really showed up. Fast forward a couple years and I become an executive of an education corporation. I was 27 years old at the time, Erin, and I had 200 people under me. And the exact same challenges existed in the corporate workplace. So individuals that were highly technically advanced, they had master's degrees, PhDs, they were getting in their own way of success because of perfectionist mindset, imposter syndrome, struggling with self-doubt, and really a lack of human skills, I would say. So very technically advanced, but had a hard time communicating, had a hard time leading. And I also saw this on a company level because companies are run by people, right? And for some reason in North America or around the world, we like to pretend that companies are run by, I don't know, robots, but it's all people-centered. Everything is people-centered. So I saw and I started to notice this pattern of, you know, what makes some people more successful than others. It's not your degree, it's not your certificates, it's not your technical skill, but it's your human skills, or what I like to call power skills. So, you know, going through a couple years as an executive, I felt this burning desire to make a deeper change or, you know, tap into my potential, but I didn't do anything about it. How many of us out there have that, right? It's like, you know, in the inside, you're like, oh, there's something more in there for me. But, you know, you're in your comfort zone and you like where you are. And so you stay there. Well, I like to say that God didn't let that happen for me. So after about, 4.5 years of being an executive, I had a breaking. So I moved out of the country for an opportunity. I lost everything within a month. I only had $100 and 2 luggage. Didn't have a house, didn't have a job, didn't have a car, didn't have anything. And I had lost my dad a few years prior to that. And when I was on the plane coming back into the country, coming back to California, and I was just bawling and crying. And he came to me and he said, everything you need is inside of you. When I was sleeping on the plane, he said, you have to rise up for you. So I got back to California and I started building my company, Rise Up For You. No idea what it was going to be. I just knew that I needed to start building Rise Up For You. And 3 months into building the company, my second parent, my mother, was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer out of nowhere. So by the time I was 30 years old, I lost everything, had to start over, and both of my parents had passed away. And I built my company out of a hospital. I took showers at the 24-hour fitness across the street. I would run back to the hospital, open up my laptop, and just start building. And that's really where the company came from. And as I started the journey of building the business, I realized that these are the skills that people need, are these human skills that no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what your job is, no matter what your career is, that doesn't define you, but how do you rise above those circumstances? So
I love that.
yeah, so today we have two divisions. We have a corporate division. We'll go into companies, everything from Google down to a local nonprofit, and we work with their team to build human skills. So emotional intelligence, diversity, equity, and inclusion, that's what we do. And then we have the individual division, which is perfect for, for these platforms where we work with individuals one-on-one to tap into their potential and really just build a life that they're proud of.
Yeah. I mean, that's magic because you're so right. I was having this conversation with an executive and I was saying your company will only level up to the emotional ability of the boss.
100%.
So if the boss does not have like emotional intelligence, you can't empower, you're not creating a vessel or a vehicle to speak up and say, hey, I'm struggling, or hey, I feel this way. Because
100%.
the boss hasn't created an environment. There's so much empowerment with like, if the boss goes through, let's say like your program, like your corporate program, then yeah, maybe. And look, I'm a female. It's already hard for me to speak up. I could be considered weak or, all the labels. So I love that. I love that you're creating that and that, your company has come from a really tough time in your life.
Yeah, and I always say, there's three types of people, because the reality is that everybody goes through pain. Everybody goes through a breaking, right? So I shared my story being very cognizant of the fact that everybody has a story. But there's three types of people. There's people that have a breaking in their life and they stay there. And unfortunately, it impacts them for the rest of their life. There's somebody that has a breaking in their life and they rise above it, but for the most part, they stay hindered and they play small. Okay, so they're just they stay in their comfort zone. And then there's individuals that have a breaking in their life and they use their pain as fuel for growth. Like it just creates an awakening and they don't let that pain go to waste. And I know for me, when I went through that pain, I was like, I'll be damned if I'm going to let that go to waste. I'm going to use it to make me better and I'm going to use it to be the best version of myself so that I can help other people be the best version of themselves. I have to start with me first. Okay, because if I don't pour into me, it's not possible for me to pour into other people.
Yeah, you literally turned your pain into purpose.
100%.
And everybody right now, because of the pandemic and the aftermath of the pandemic, is in a lot of pain. Whether it's, I was feeling like social anxiety not that long ago, where I was like worried about other people so much, and where it's just, and it's funny, I've done so much work and so much therapy, and I'm like, why am I still here at this place? But I have to give myself compassion and go like, it's a process. Sometimes I feel like an imposter, but it's a process,
It's a process. It's a human thing, right? And I love how vulnerable you are right now, because that's one of the biggest challenges I see with people is they don't have enough self-compassion. It's like, this is a process, and that's why it's super important to have self-love and to have self-confidence, because something's going to come tomorrow that's going to knock you down again. And you got to be able to pick yourself up and to allow yourself to go through the process, to go through the journey. Otherwise, why are you human? Like, I feel like there's a lot of people that deprive themselves of the human experience, even though we're human beings. So it's like, let yourself have that process.
Yeah. And that's how we connect, is like being vulnerable and relating, and like not always, I don't really connect with the person that's perfect. I just don't. I'm like, yeah, there's not much to grab onto there. But if you're somebody like, so for me, I really connected with you. Obviously, Brittany helped. But when I started to really deep dive and look into your story and just learn that you've had a lot of loss, I felt like I was in comforting company, because I lost my dad. And then a year before that, I'd lost my brother. And then, a lot of other stuff has gone on. And it's just been like, when will it end? You know, it's just like constantly a cloud. And so when I saw that you had gone through so much pain and, you know, challenging times of losing both of your parents, like I couldn't even imagine. And then the fact that he, you know, verbalized to you on that plane the rise up for you, and now your parents are shining through you in every single person that you
100%,
help, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're with me every day, everywhere I go. Even when I do a keynote, they're in my PowerPoint. I'm like, there's my parents. But yeah, I mean, everything I am today is because of them. And it's really special and it's really powerful. And yeah, I mean, I'm grateful for what they've given me while they were here and what they continue to give me, even though they're not here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like their spirit, their lessons, everything.
So why should somebody work with a business coach? And it's funny because I was reading, and I can't remember who it was, but it was a very high level motivational speaker. And he's like, you'll never regret investing in a business coach. He's like, get a business coach. And I've always been curious, like what a business coach does, other than the fact that, yes, you've explained, which I think I already have, is like I've got the emotional part down. But what is the process like if you're working with an individual?
Yeah, so it's a little bit different. I always say, like, okay, first off, by the way, I also have a coach. So like, I believe so much in what I do, but I also understand that like every single person should have a coach in whatever area they feel like they need it in.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some people that come to coach with us in confidence. They're like, I just need confidence because I'm getting in my own way. We have some people that come to us for leadership. They're like, my leadership skills need honing. But specifically for business, so out of my team, so I have an amazing team. We're in over 50 countries. We're throughout North America. My team I'm the only one that does business. And that's because I'm the only one that built the business from scratch. So I think it's really important that if you're looking for a business coach, that you find somebody that actually has done it, right? And understands the process. Now, there's a lot of different business coaches out there. Sometimes you have a business coach that focuses on mindset, because they understand that like in order for you to build the mind, like to build the business, your mindset has to be on par. I'm not that kind of business coach because I'm similar to you, Erin, where it's like I'm building the tools for mindset. I understand the confidence piece. I actually need strategy and understanding like the ins and outs of an operation to build a business. So for me as a business coach, that's what I do with my clients is we take it all the way from the very beginning of what do you do? Why do you do it? How do you serve? What's the price point? Where's your client at? And then building a drip system, building a funnel system, building automations that are going to make things a lot easier for you to build a client relationship, building your price point, understanding how to get on a strategy call if that's a part of your business model. So it's really like the ins and outs of the operations and building a business, not so much mindset. And I tell my clients, I'm like, if mindset is what's getting in the way, let's pass you to a confidence coach. But by the time you get to me, it's like building like the technique and all the structure of the funnels.
Yeah. No matter what, they're getting something out of it. Like you said, to be able to like, it's like, and I'm in a lot of therapy and I love therapy, and therapy is great to look at like the past and sort of figure out where you're struggling. But what I love about a coach in some ways is it's like, okay, let's get you strategy, some tangible things, and let's talk about it. And I think being able to talk about what you're going through is so, so important. You know, one of the things that I can't even believe we're almost in November and we have less than like 90 days left in the year.
I know.
When you look at time like that, you know, what do you feel like you still want to accomplish this like last part of the year? Or like, what do you tell your clients, like end of year stuff? Like, what does that look like for you?
I don't, time is, this is interesting. Time is irrelevant to me in the sense that for me, time is right now. And I don't know if it's because I lost both of my parents. And so for me, I don't know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow. So I really try to live every single moment the best that I can every single day, because I'm not sure if I'm going to wake up. So I try to hit as many goals as I can within a day. Like every day I create goals for myself and outcomes, and I try to achieve them and make an impact. And I heard I'm on a speaking tour right now. So, and I very rarely do I get to listen to other keynotes because A, either I'm the only keynote, or B, like we miss each other, we're getting on another plane, whatever. But I had the opportunity to hear a keynote speaker 2 weeks ago when I was speaking, and she said, commit to dying empty. Oh, that changed my life. Commit to dying empty. Meaning that when your last day is here, whenever it is, you don't know, that you have left everything behind, all of your emotions you've expressed, all of your potential, you've pushed yourself, you've just given everything that you've had, you left it all behind. And you don't leave this planet with things that you wanted to accomplish or do that you haven't done. And I really do my best to live that way.
I love that. I could cry. That's so powerful.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like when I wake up, I keep thinking of that phrase, commit to dying empty. I'm like, that just changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I'll buy the nice pair of shoes and then I'll be like, I'll never wear them. I just won't wear it. I'm just like, they're too nice. I can't wear them. Or like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, just like commit 100% every day. And, I love that. Okay. And I know I need to let you go really quickly. Whenever it's a higher performance female, I love to get A, her self-care, but mostly B, her morning routine. Cause I feel like women in the morning, they have a routine and they prioritize it. What does yours look like?
Okay. I love this question because I think it's really important for people to understand that I'm very high functioning in my career, but I'm high functioning in life, period. And what I mean by that is that my career isn't my top value. Okay. So the hard work that I put in my career, I put that same hard work in developing myself as a human and as a woman. So when I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, I go downstairs, I pour myself an amazing cup of coffee, and I just sit in silence and I just give myself space. Yeah, exactly. I give myself space with no social media, no noise. And then I take my puppy for a walk. I write in my gratitude journal every single day. I have a prayer that I wrote to God. I read that every single day. Right now I have like a list of things that I want to manifest in my romantic life, right? So I read that every single day. I work out every single morning. And I meditate. So I do all of that stuff. I don't start my day before 9:30, like my work. Before 9:30, I don't start my work, and my team knows it. They don't text me, they don't call me, they don't do anything before 9:30. And then I end my day around 4:30, and I continue to spend time with my puppy, do my chores, spend time with friends and family, and I stop working. I unplug.
Yeah. What time do you go to bed at?
8:30.
Yes, I love
8:30.
it.
8:30, latest 9.
But that's how you're so productive, because you have a non-negotiable, which is taking care of you, and you're super boundaried. And honestly, the people that are boundaried are the most compassionate, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because they take care of them first.
They have to, and I have a responsibility to myself, but also to my community. It's like, if I'm going to get up on stage and motivate and empower and coach and train, and I have my team, I have to be good. I can't be I always say half donkey. When I used to teach at a college, I used to say half donkey, half ass, right? I can't be half full or half empty. Like, I have to be 100%. And the only way I can do that is by prioritizing myself, because that's not selfish. It's actually a very important quality, so that I can give everything I have to everybody that I'm speaking and talking to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Exactly. And not only do you have a responsibility to yourself, you have corporate, lots of people underneath you and clients and that sort of thing. And so, you are absolutely fascinating. And thank you for the time. Like, I know how busy you are, and you totally.
Hey, we're all busy. You know, we're all busy. We all have abundance going on. So I'm always grateful for opportunities to share. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me be outside during this conversation. I really am honored to be here. Thank you, Erin.
It was so nice to meet you, and we will post your company and all of the amazing things that you do.
Thank you so much.
Keep crushing it, and good luck on your speaking tour. It sounds amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Talk soon.
Bye, guys. See ya.